Okay, good morning. Midway through the morning here, again in KC Bean. We do three things in FAS. We do marketing, which we're going to hear about now, so basically sales of products that have access to market. We do trade policy, so in the case of Colombia, we're monitoring, implementing, benefiting from a trade promotion or a trade agreement with Colombia. And then the third thing is training, capacity building, and information gathering. FAS produces reports. The data on the bean production in the U.S., that was USDA data, so we do domestic data as well as international data. So those are kind of the pillars of what we do. But we're going to enter the marketing zone now. We're going to talk about Sabor USA, which is our marketing platform. As I said earlier, it is a social media platform that we're now kind of moving into a more of a hybrid model. Let's go to the next page, please. So Sabor USA began in 2015. I can't claim credit for it, but I claim credit for continuing it. The components really are a website. Remember websites? That's the way media information used to be shared. Of course, now we've got Facebook, Instagram, and Sabor USA, and others. There's one more there, Twitter. And so those are the ways that we kind of get this information out. And what we do put out is really focused on the stakeholders. We're trying to reach the stakeholders. In this case, the state and regional trading groups, the USDA cooperators are the U.S. industry associations, such as the USA Dry Bean Council. That's co-sponsoring this event. U.S. Department, the state departments of agriculture. We also are targeting them, the U.S. exporters, of course. Importers overseas, retailers, food service, and food industry. So those are the stakeholders. And just some measures there of some of our followers, the numbers of recipes, web series, et cetera, that we use. Next page. Okay, hybrid model. I'm in some of those pictures. That middle picture was Alimentec. That was in March of last year. That's already been a year. Hard to believe. That's Ambassador Paco Palmieri, my boss in Bogota. And then that's a Texas delegation on the right. You can tell by the hat. And then some other events that we've had. These are in-person events. But just to show, we also have that logo, the Sabor USA logo that's there as an alternative platform to in-person events. But I just don't think, in my opinion, you can ever replace in-person events and the benefits of those that we hopefully will see through the next 2 days. Next page on global reach. I mentioned this earlier, but we're proud that the Sabor USA platform has been, we call it copyrighted, pirated, whatever. It's okay. It's being used by other places, and we're very pleased about that, but certainly in South America, but also in Europe, and even, I believe, that's Thailand, where it's being used. Different names. As I said earlier, it's not going to be the Spanish name, but different ways to use this marketing social media platform to feature recipes, to feature products. And so that's something that I think is here to stay. And I'm going to turn it over to Ana Salinas, one of my marketing specialists, to talk more about the focus on bean consumption.
Today we were invited to talk about how Sabor USA has been supporting the bean consumption in Colombia. So we want to share with you some ideas, some strategies we have developed, because we want Colombians, to include beans in their diet. Regarding one of the questions we've heard, we don't want beans to only focus on niche markets like vegetarianism or veganism. We want beans to be in everyone's diet. So these are some figures. Apologies, this is not bean per capita consumption, but pulses. It includes beans, chickpeas, peas, lentils. This is info from the OECD. And besides of the data, the figure that may cause controversy, what is interesting here to see is the trend. We see that in Brazil, Mexico, Latin America, and Colombia, we see a negative trend in bean consumption. So based on the digital platforms we have and surveys, studies, researches, we found out that this is because people think of beans as a low-income staple only for low-income population. Also, people think that beans take a longer time to prepare. It's related only to traditional dishes, and there's lack of knowledge regarding bean benefits and product handling. People don't know much about beans. So we thought it was important to educate consumers in trying to answer these issues through the content that we can create in our digital platforms. So how we have done this? We have created social media publications where we talk in general about beans. We don't start talking about US origin because we want people to fall in love with beans. So here are some samples talking about different varieties because people only think of perhaps red beans in Colombia. So we talk about that there are some other varieties also. We talk about versatility of the product, not only for traditional dishes, but also it could be used for a burger or for a salad, for quesadillas, which also implies broadening consumption occasions for beans, because most Colombians think that beans are only for lunch. They don't think perhaps in other occasions, beans as a snack. We also educate about product handling, how to prepare them. If you don't have time, well, why don't you freeze them and have them ready to prepare them later and spending less time? And also about health benefits. We have also produced video recipes, short video recipes, to highlight versatility, not only showing traditional dishes, but also a brownie made of beans, burger, as I mentioned, pairing beans with salmon, preparing a cream made of white beans, quesadillas, and also beans for a salad with beef. Once we have conquered or people are in love with the product, with beans, we take them to our website where they find blogs. In those blogs, we explain healthy benefits. We go deeper in the information because the website is ours. So there we can talk about origin. We talk about the US origin, explaining which states produce, which varieties as well are produced in the States. Also, we share cooking tips, healthy benefits. We also keep talking about versatility of the product. And if we still have that person visiting our website, we take them to a landing page that we have developed. If you see saborusa.com/frijol, where they find appealing information that explain everything about the crop, but in a really nice way. We don't want to talk about we don't want a technical language because we want people to keep reading what we are saying. We don't want to lose our visitor. So we keep explaining what the product is, and once they finish reading this information, we take them to another landing page. By the way, landing page is like another website that has been developed, where we show which Colombian importers and distributors are selling US beans. We want them to know how the packaging looks like, which brands are available in the market, which varieties as well. And also, I didn't include that here in this slide, but once we show the packaging, we also include points of sales. We tell them where to buy the product, which supermarkets have those products available, because at the end, we want people to buy the product, not only learn about beans. With this strategy, we reached in 2022 these KPIs, as you see. We reached over 1 million people. Our blogs were read by 27,000 people. The landing page I was showing you was visited by 35,000 people, and the video recipes that we shared last year were viewed over 60,000 times. This is something that we have developed for Colombia, but also since Colombia covers Venezuela, beans are also an important product in the Venezuelan diet. We designed and produced and published a short web series with the U.S. ambassador to Venezuela, Ambassador Story. He cooked some arepas with black beans, which is very traditional in that country, because we want to keep talking about the product and U.S. origin for a Venezuelan audience, and it was pretty well received. So if you are interested in the Venezuelan market, we are already working for you, because we want the consumers to know about us. Well, that's what we wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for the time and for the invitation.